Okay, I'm going to come back to this conversation because y'all are still talking about the gateway tapes, even though I posted this video a long time ago. So, hi, video creator here has just entered the chat. And I get this question a lot. Did you do protection work before listening to the tapes? I'm going to answer and say, yes, I did do the protection work. In fact, the tapes that I listened to, the gateway tapes that were created by the Monroe Institute for the CIA. So thank you for everyone in the comments for redirecting me and informing me as to where I was ill-informed. It actually gives you a cloud or a bubble strategy where you create what I'm assuming is an auric field around you of protection. And you're supposed to do it before every single tape that you do. And you lay on your, you get in your meditative state and you imagine, like, it's been a while since I've done it, but you imagine like a bubble around you. And I'm assuming this is like a protective bubble. However, caveat, and this is going to answer a lot of the comments that I keep reading in this discussion. It doesn't fully protect you because what you're doing conceivably when you do the gateway tapes is you're opening yourself up to different dimensions. You're opening yourself up to not only different dimensions, but beings within those dimensions. So in another video pertaining to the gateway tapes, I told the story of a dark shadow man that was in my hotel room the day after I did the gateway tapes. And he was standing like a looming figure in the corner of the room almost every single night that we were there. And in fact, one of the nights I felt him put his hand or whatever appendage was coming from his being on my neck, and I couldn't wake up and I couldn't lift my neck, and I felt a weight of his hand on my neck. It was absolutely as horrific and terrifying as it sounds. And if you need the full effect, go back and watch that original video, okay? Now listen, I think when you open yourself up to these different dimensions, that means you open yourself up to different dimensional beings. Not all of them are love and light, okay? Just in the universe, it is just like we see here on Earth. It is a microcosm of dark and light. You are going to run into entities that are dark in nature, dark in intentions, and dark in spirit. So this is why I don't recommend doing the gateway tapes, because the gateway tapes were put together by other humans that don't really understand the astral realms. They don't really understand other dimensions. Creating a thought bubble or a thought protection aura around you is not necessarily going to actually protect you. Even though, the Monroe Institute did the best that they could. Again, like, these are dimensions of time and dimensions of, beings within these dimensions that we don't fully understand as humans. So I would not recommend doing the gateway tapes, because when you do so, you're creating a hole in fabric, space-time that actually is allowing other dimensional beings to enter your dimension and to have access to you. You are allowing that through your free will when you do the gateway tapes. If you're curious about other dimensions and other dimensional beings, there's got to be better ways than the gateway tapes to try to connect with those.